Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 13th of October 2023. And yes, it's a Friday the 13th. Hope you're not too phased by that. I'm kind of just ignoring it. And it's only a few minutes ago that I remembered it was that particular date anyway. So these sort of things I just let go over my head, really, which is, I find, the best way to be. Anyhow, last night I was fast asleep in the early hours there. Then I woke up for whatever reason, and then you know what it's like. Sometimes you can't get back to sleep for an hour or two, and that's what happened to me. So I was just laying there in my bed and thinking about things, mulling things over in my mind. And when you're in that situation, I'm sure you know the thing. You can start thinking some rather random things. And the random things I was thinking is, well, psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists, and how it's become patently obvious that there's so many people in positions of power and positions of influence, etc., politicians, people, senior people in companies and mainstream media and so many other places as well. A lot of these positions tend to be occupied by people displaying those traits of psychopathy, sociopaths and narcissism. And I don't really know what the reason is. I guess because they're quite heartless people, they can rise up the greasy pole a lot better than people who have actually got a conscience, what they can. So that's probably something to do with it. But there seems to be an undue amount of people displaying those traits in positions of power, as we've seen, haven't we, over the last 3.5 years. Nothing's made it more clear and obvious, has it, than what we've been through and seen these people at their very worst, seen their sort of horrible sides coming out. And I was thinking, what's the answer to it? Well, I've heard that testing for those sort of conditions, psychopathy and sociopaths in particular, is relatively easy. You can just give someone a brain scan, probably give them some kind of stimuli, and whereas parts of our brain would light up like a Christmas tree, apparently the same parts in their brains don't light up at all, or way less. And that's how they can tell if people are sociopaths and psychopaths. And so the thought I had, and it's a bit of a moral dilemma, this one, I've got to say, should people have that test before they're allowed to rise up above a certain point? Maybe everyone who wants to become an MP should have this test, or certainly everyone who wants to become a minister should have that test. And then if they fail the test, it's revealed that they're a psychopath or a sociopath or a narcissist. It'll be, well, sorry, you failed the test. You're not going to become an MP. You're not going to become a minister. You're not going to become anything higher than let's say junior management in a company, or you're not going to rise any higher than, I don't know, a major in the army, let's say. So, maybe that would be a way to stop these kind of people getting into power and imposing, the sort of things we've seen over the last 3 years upon us. But then I thought, does that make us as bad? If that happened, if we did that, does that make us as bad as them? Very possibly it would do. This is where I was saying about a moral dilemma, because that would make us as bad as they are. They try to exclude the likes of us from being sort of members of society, really, or sort of participating in certain areas of society. But at the end of the day, you can't deny that refusing to have a certain thing was a personal choice. That was a choice that we made. But these people who have got these kind of traits, they can't help it. They can't. They didn't decide that they wanted to be a sociopath or a psychopath. That's who they are. That's how they're born or how they became. So in some ways, us turning around and excluding them from certain roles and certain areas of society might even perhaps make us worse than they are. So it's a difficult one, isn't it? A very difficult conundrum there. So I was thinking one thing we could do is perhaps everybody from a young age could be at least taught how to spot a psychopath or a sociopath or a narcissist, the behaviour patterns to look out for. And that way, if someone in a position of power is throwing their weight around a little bit too much, we can then turn around, a lot of people can turn around and say, sorry mate, you're displaying the traits of a psychopath here or a sociopath. We're not having it. We think you're overstepping the mark, and we think the reason why you are is because you're a psychopath. Maybe that's when they would be tested perhaps, and then they could be sort of told to rein things in a little bit. So I think everybody being trained up to be shown how to spot these traits might be a very good idea. So if we get another narcissistic Johnson in as Prime Minister and he's saying, we should lock down, we can just say, sorry mate, you're a narcissist or sociopath, whatever, get lost. So if you've got, by the way, I've got no idea or only a very vague sense of how you spot these people. If you know of any resources, books, videos, whatever, where it's, I don't know, maybe it's something called 10 ways of how to spot a narcissist, say. If you've got videos like that that you know of, please leave them in the description box, comment section below, or email those to me, and I'd be very interested in seeing that kind of thing. Anyway, going to leave it here. I did say yesterday how I was going to be interviewing someone. Well, that went really, really well. Lovely lady called Althea, and she is an expert in pain relief. She's developed a system that doesn't involve meds or surgery on how sort of pain relief can be achieved. We had a great conversation about that. We had a great conversation about the last 3.5 years as well, and how she's been awake for a very long time and saw everything coming. And she's a very switched on lady. And the full interview, by the time you see this, will be on my Rumble channel and on my website as well. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. And in the next day or two, I'll see if I can get a short trailer on here. The full thing goes on for about an hour, but I can't put that on this platform because we talk about a few things that this platform wouldn't like. So I might do what I did with John O'Looney and sort of put a kind of a trailer on here just to give you a flavour, and then you can sort of go from there to watch the full interview, or just go straight away to watch the full interview. So choice is yours. I don't know if I'm going to be putting many videos up on here over the weekend. I've got quite a busy one. I'm literally got a whistle-stop tour or visit to the Midlands, so just going to be going up there. There's a talk I've been asked to film, so I've got to go up to the Nuneaton area and film the talk, and then sort of literally sort of come back home after that. So that's going to be a busy old time, but looking forward to it. It's basically Richard Vobes is interviewing Clive de Carle, you know, the natural health expert guy, and he should be quite an interesting talk, I'd have thought. So I've been asked to film that, and no doubt that'll be on the on my website very soon. And if you're interested in going to the event, I don't think it's full up yet. I'll leave a link to where you can get tickets in the description box below as well, so you can check that out. As I say, it's in the Nuneaton area, so if you're around on Sunday afternoon, which is when this event's happening, I think it's starting around about 3 o'clock, I'll see you there. If not, as I say, the video will be available sometime soon after. Anyhow, gonna leave it there. Catch you soon. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.